know, one of the interesting things when I look back at the videotape, you know, the making of the aliens, the NTIs for the Abyss, I'm stricken by the similarity between what used to be the norm for creating a character for a film, physically creating a character for a film, and what has now become the norm, the evolution of creating a character. Because now, typically they're done digitally, but still I think the mindset is very, very, very similar. You get a lot of people together and they are artists that want to make the best thing they can, and they try to accomplish something that should be impossible. And when you look back at the tapes of all of these technicians and all of these artists creating these characters for the Abyss, I can't help but see a similarity in what is going on right now in all of these darkened rooms and ILMs and in all of these digital facilities, because it is the same mindset. The technique has changed, but the mindset is the same. The mindset springs from a place of wanting to create something awe-inspiring. It's the same mindset, but the tools have changed, and I find that really fascinating. I suppose these aliens in the movie, they're supposed to be probably from the top of their mantle to the tip of their tail about 6 or 7 feet, about the height of a human. And one of the reasons they have heads and they have arms, even though they're quite alien in structure and design, is James really, really felt like in order for the audience to be able to connect to them and get the empathy and actually understand what they were trying to say wordlessly, that you needed a place to focus. You needed human eyes, you needed a human head, you needed arms. So we created these creatures, we made them half scale. We made them half scale for a number of reasons. There was really no point. We never shot them directly interacting with a full-scale human, so there was no point in wasting the materials, there was no point in making larger tanks, there was no point at all. So we made them half scale just as if we were shooting models. However, there were a couple of shots where we needed actual interaction with Ed Harris. And so Jim and I discussed the idea of making a full-scale one. And Jim, you know, he said, you know, I'm only going to use it for close-ups. I need a close-up hand where the NTI picks Bud up and begins to take him through the tunnels and into the lower levels of the NTI's home. And, you know, while we're there, as long as you're making this arm, let's just make a head. You know, a little bit of the mantle, let's put some fiber optics in it. It'll just be a test. If it moves better than the other ones, maybe we'll use it for all the close-ups. But, you know, this way I can get shots with Ed Harris right in frame with this. So all you need to do, Steve, is make just a close-up head. Just make the top half of the alien and an arm for me. That's all you need. So I'm like, great, let's do that. And trust me, that was a big enough job, because then, you know, of course, we had to do all of the steps all over again. But this time, you know, the wing spread on this thing was probably 8 feet. It was a big piece. So we get it to set. We dump it in the tank, and we're lining up the shot with Ed Harris, you know, his double, where you've got the Michelangelo hand thing taking off, and James trying to line a shot up. And he's just like starting to curse, and he's going crazy, and he's getting more and more frustrated. I'm like, what's wrong? The alien looks good. And he's like, damn it, I can't get the shot I want. I'm like, what's the problem? And he was trying to line up a shot, and because we had given him actually more than a close-up head, more than a close-up full-scale arm, we basically gave him, and I have to, looking back on it, blame myself, we gave him 90% of we gave him the whole alien, full-scale alien, except for the bottom part of the tail. And Jim was so excited that he had a full-scale alien that he could shoot Ed Harris with, interacting, but then he wanted to shoot the whole thing, and he couldn't do it because it was missing the tip of its tail. And he comes over to me, you know. He's like, Steve, do yourself a favor. The next time you make half an alien, make a whole one.